All right, we've done some prep work. Now, let's be really specific about a case of maybe child abuse and neglect. Now, in the examples in the material, you can do this for abuse and neglect, you can do this for danger to others, you can do it for dangers to self, but it's important to write down the steps we actually take. And so let's say a child tells you they've been hurt in some way, and this is where we have to be a mandated reporter. So we write down the date, and let's do this before we look at the actual, we're going to look at some practice notes a little bit. So we write down the date, say 10th October 2018, where we were. We're at, I'll just use Capital High School, if I can spell Capital High School. And who is there? Bill Smith. All right, okay. So we're that. We write down exactly what the kid said. This kid said that, their dad was selling meth out of the house. So then we write, Bill Smith, and you can do, I'm doing it manually, but you can do this also, on your computer, on your laptop, and your iPad. Inform me that ... and you write down exactly what he said. It's step one. Step two, what did you do? All right? You did is informed Bill what I would do. So I called centralized intake in Helena. At this time. So write down the time and date. And who I talked to. Okay. 3 is what you would also, you assured Bill of the process and what you would do. Let's say he doesn't feel safe at home. You talk to a social worker. They'll talk to him about possible placement out of the home. You let the important people in Bill's life know what you'll do. So you take all these steps. Now, it's the same thing. If someone says they're gonna commit suicide, let's talk about suicide. You told the client said they were suicidal, so let's say it's the Bill Smith again. Bill Smith said he was suicidal. And you can talk about that. He said he did not want to live anymore. So there's quotes there. So what you can do is you can talk about that. You can write about, that you informed a psychologist or counselor and who that counselor was. You informed parents. And then you drove him to the emergency room at, Billings Deaconess. Now, there's a couple key pieces here as you write. And the key pieces are, I'm going to erase this so you can see my face here, so pardon me for a second. That the first part is if you do all these steps, your client's getting good care. You're doing things for the best of the client. If you write down, I did this, and I did this, and I did this, that client's get good care. And not only, there's also an account of the care that you take for the clients, because people are going to hold you accountable. Remember, if we didn't write it down, it didn't happen. So we're writing down, actually, what we did, the care that the client got, and, all those pieces. So, again, it's important to write each of those down. Now, as we describe it, these notes, and as we just get further into it, we'll talk about, what, showing, not telling. And so to write down someone was suicidal, we should show that. Client said they didn't want to live anymore. we should write down what that means. In one of the examples, we write, client was drunk. It's our job to distinguish, opinion from fact. And so we should say, client was drunk. How do we know they were drunk? Client said he was drunk. Or maybe he had a BAC, a blood alcohol count, of 1.6, So we have to be able to distinguish both those pieces. So as you go through these notes, think about how that all works. And the clearer we are with what we write, the clearer we are with what the steps we take, the better care that client gets. And so documentation is not only a means of covering yourself, like, oh, I hope I don't get sued, because, or if the supervisor wants to know what you did. The main objective is that client gets really good care, because we can show why we did what we did and what we did. And so let's look at a couple examples and sort through what are the most important pieces here and how we can really express what was happening with the client and the care we gave in just a few simple sentences and a few extra words. And we can do this job really, really well.